like to call this work session to order March 13th, 2026. Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Taylor?
Here.
Vice Mayor Cott?
Here.
Commissioner Casaboon?
Here.
Commissioner Ranello?
Present.
Mayor Dixon?
Here. Please join me in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Oakland Public Meetings Act of 1975, which was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
There are none, Mayor.
All right, I'd like to open up the podium to comments on the agenda items only. If you have any comments regarding agenda items, please approach the podium, state your name and address, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one at the podium, we will close comments for agenda items only. Let's move to discussions of commissioners on ordinances and resolutions.
Yes, I'd just like to bring something up under this section. I'm proposing, if you guys are okay with it, moving forward, start listing the resolutions and ordinances, not by number, but by title, so we can discuss them, read off by Emily, but then also discuss each one by the municipal administrator to give all 5 of us a more understanding of all the resolutions and ordinances we may be voting on Tuesday. He will also be calling department heads if it's something that needs a lot more discussion that he can't handle. But I feel that where this is a work session, we're going to have a lot of questions coming up and different things, and it gives us a chance to ask some in-depth questions to the municipal administrator and who should have researched all these before today. So if that's okay, I would like to move on for the next work session to add this to the agenda. So I know it's just we're not voting it.
Right.
But if anybody's against it, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll add that on next work session.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Sounds good.
So we do have ordinances for first reading. We have 3 ordinances involving handicap parking. One to remove a handicap parking spot at 502 Dock Street, to add a handicap parking at 919 North Street, and to add a handicap parking at 219 West McNeil Street.
So these are just the standard handicap applications that are up for review and approval and/or removal. It's kind of standard. It's got to be read by resolution, or ordinance rather, so they can have the parking spots in front of the residents marked with a handicap sign and tag.
Did they have to show proof from a doctor?
They do have
Yes.
to
They
show
do.
proof
Is that
to
how
the
it works?
DMV,
Okay.
yes.
I was asking only because of the one being removed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. We also have 2 ordinances approving and authorizing coin drops. One is for May 23rd, 2026 for First United Methodist Church, and the other is for August 29th, 2026 for Dividing Creek Fire and Rescue.
So these also are our regular coin drop permits, applications. Actually, Carol, this might have been yours. I'm sorry. Did I jump over it? But no, it's so that they have the proper permit to do their coin drops, and so they know what they can and can't do. It's explained to them, and usually it's the same organizations that have done it before in the past.
Yep.
I'd also like to add that the Parks and Recs Department vetted both events out. They're verified charities. Everything is in order. Insurance is in order. They are good to go.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Is your bike on? Is this mic on?
Yeah, it should be on here.
Yep.
I'll yell.
He's just way up there.
For resolutions, we have a resolution authorizing tax and utility adjustments. Resolution amending sludge hauling contract through December 31st, 2026, in an amount not to exceed $400,000.
So this is a basic BAU function through the sewer department. This is to complete this contract through the rest of the year, as it states, not to exceed 400K. But it's a necessary component of the sewer department, and it's needed in order to pull the sludge away from the sewer.
Does that have to make it less dense or something too, or?
That's part of the process, but that's what they will be hauling away is the final component of that process.
Gotcha, thank you.
Resolution authorizing amendment number 1 to Action Uniforms contract.
So this is from the police department. This is to continue their contract with Action Uniform for the new officers coming in and to replace any type of clothing or apparel that needs to be replaced.
Resolution authorizing the City of Millville to award a non-fair and open contract to AKRF Inc. for licensed site remediation professional consulting services.
So this is in conjunction with the City of Millville receiving 2 notices of violation regarding properties at the airport, Buckshootum Road, and the Rescue Squad sites. The purpose of the work is these locations have contaminated issues tied to the city water system, and the NJDEP is requiring the city to review past environmental work and confirm what actions may still be necessary. We're looking to bring on this law firm who was recommended by council in order to help us remediate these violations as well as prevent us from receiving any violations in the future.
So this is something we have to pay?
Unfortunately,
From
yes.
the DP?
Yes. But the expected outcome is we will be compliant when this is complete and the work has been remediated, and we can also get back on the proper schedule so that we can prevent this from happening in the future.
If this is an old outstanding thing or no?
I need a little more context.
I didn't know if we just came across this or,
This is from last year.
Okay.
And that's why the violation has been allowed to continue. We're remediating that problem.
perfect, thank you.
And then we do have 2 items under new business. They're both special events. One is Olympic Day Parade on May 22nd, 2026. The other is the First United Methodist Church Sunrise Service, April 5th, 2026.
Any comments on those 2 items?
Looking forward to Olympic Day. Every year, it's pretty cool. You got all the kids lined up on High Street. They get all excited, get down there, and they compete against each other, the 4th graders and 5th graders.
What day is that again? I'm
The
sorry.
22nd,
Of May?
Usually the
May
Friday.
22nd.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Did it when I was a kid. I think we all did.
Then we have Easter Sunrise Service.
Go Jets.
Go Hawks.
All right, that concludes new business. All right. Now we have reached the public comment portion of the meeting. Anyone who would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name and address and your concerns. Please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes. Mr. Soloff.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, and welcome back, Commissioner Rinaldo. I'm glad to see you're doing well. As we move on from the fire district elections and into the heart of primary season, I want to firstly raise a topic that I think could benefit from some forward-looking consideration: lawn signs. Now, I don't want to rehash everything that happened last year. It's probably fair to say that there were frustrations on multiple sides regarding how the lawn sign ordinances were interpreted and enforced, and to be clear, I'm not here to point fingers. But since we are heading into another election season, it might be a good time for the Board of Commissioners to simply revisit those ordinances and ask a basic question. Are the rules written in a way that candidates and civic organizations are likely to see as reasonable and easy to follow? Speaking personally, my own goal with signage is fairly modest. I simply want to place enough signs around town to remind people that my civic information website exists, so that as Election Day approaches, they know where they can go to review candidate information and source material before they vote. I'm not running for office, and I'm not trying to flood the zone with campaign signs. However, when an ordinance requires individual permission from commercial property owners and an additional $25 per sign, that can quickly add up in both time and cost. And from what many people observed last year, it also raised questions about how consistently those rules were applied. Code enforcement was a major topic during last year's campaigns, so my suggestion today is simply this. Take another look at the lawn sign ordinances and see if there is a way to clarify them so they operate more smoothly for everyone involved. The second topic I want to briefly raise relates to the ongoing conversation about data centers throughout Cumberland County. I've heard the phrase a few times that Millville doesn't have an appetite for data centers. And while that may very well reflect the current sentiment in the community and the current administration, I think it raises a couple of useful questions. First, when we say Millville doesn't have an appetite, who exactly are we referring to? The current administration, the general public, or key developers and business leaders? Those groups can sometimes have very different perspectives, so it might be helpful to clarify that conversation. And the second question for consideration on this topic is, what exactly is a data center? Over the past few months, while covering discussions with Sustain SJ about the facility in Vineland, and while interviewing congressional candidate Tim Alexander earlier this week about data centers throughout the broader region, I was reminded that data centers come in many different shapes and sizes. The public understandably has concerns about very large projects, like the 300 megawatt facility on South Lincoln Avenue, because of the scale and potential environmental impacts. But the term data center can also refer to much smaller types of infrastructure. In technical terms, something as simple as a server hosting a website in a small room could qualify. A cluster of network machines used for research or small-scale computing could qualify. Even temporary networks created for gaming, like those old-school LAN parties where people would play Doom or Halo while eating pizza till 3 a.m., might qualify as one. Though I'm not an expert, I'm just trying to make a general point. Obviously, Millville isn't trying to attract LAN parties or bedroom server closets, but somewhere between those small examples and a massive industrial scale facility, there are many possible variations. So the question I would simply leave for consideration is this. If a proposal existed somewhere in the middle, something environmentally responsible, something that produced a reasonable rateable for the city, and something that created local jobs, would Millville truly have no appetite for that? So that's just something to consider moving forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Seeing no one, I will close the public portion comment of the meeting. Commissioners, would anybody like to start off any open discussion? I will jump in on what Mr. Stoloff has to say. Data centers obviously is a hot topic right now. Violence going through a lot of gyrations over data centers, and I totally understand the environmental concerns, the power concerns. I sit in on those meetings all the time. We're currently exploring a data center prohibition ordinance. It's not gotten to the point where the rest of the commission has looked at it. It's right now sitting with the attorneys, our planning board attorney, our zoning board attorney. Mr. DiMichele is going to get final look at it. When it gets to that point, it looks like something that's workable. The rest of the commission is going to get a chance to mull over it and see what we think. And it may be something coming to an agenda near you. So that's kind of where we are. As we all know, things work slowly, so we have to make sure everything's, it's going to define clearly what a data center is. And the rest of the commission is going to get a chance to really research it, look at it, and see if it's something that we all want. Listening to all the commissioners, we're definitely not looking for data centers of, in the megawatts that Violent is doing. So it'll clearly define what data centers are, what's prohibited, and, but when it gets through the attorney process, the commissioners are going to get a chance to look at it and be able to ask any questions they want. And then if it makes it past that, you'll see it on an agenda. But that's the process we're at right now, just to be open, transparent with everybody. That's where we are. And as soon as that gets through there, it's going to be distributed through the proper channels to the rest of the commission. As far as signs go, as far as code enforcement for signs, I agree with you. The code enforcement was spotty. I don't think anybody sitting up here probably followed the code exactly correctly. I'm sure I was not following the code exactly correctly. I think what happens is you're trying to follow the rules, and then you see 3 or 4 other people not following the rules, and you go, well, why am I not going to take a public, that's a great public corner that I shouldn't put a sign on, but I see 4 other signs there, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, we should, I think the code's pretty clear. I don't think there's a lot of ambiguity in it. When I called up here to, the code enforcement people, apparently the decision was made not to enforce it strictly. So, if you're not going to enforce it very strictly, then it's a free-for-all. So I think we really got to look at there's no point in having something on the books if you're not going to enforce it strictly. So I think there's not much ambiguity in the code, and if it's a code, we should follow it. So that's kind of how I feel about that, as far as that my department being code enforcement. Anybody want to chime in on any of that?
I just want to bring up something. Mary, answer your concern last week or a couple weeks ago. We are looking into possibly allowing or inviting anybody working to a work session, as long as, their supervisor approves it and things like that. So I appreciate you bringing that up. So we are looking into that.
To answer Mr. Soloff, to address something he had said in reference to a lawn sign ordinance. If I'm not mistaken, I heard two questions in there. As Mr. Soloff isn't a candidate, I think he's questioning his own signs. So I'll be glad to speak to you if that's what it was about after the meeting, just to get clarity on that. And just to echo what Mayor Dixon said regarding data centers, looking forward to reading what our attorneys put together and, providing commentary.
As soon as I have that, you guys will be the first ones to see it.
And then
Yep.
it's an ordinance, and if it goes through 2 readings, there'll be a public hearing. And, hear what the public has to say on that as well. That input's very valuable. So, that's it.
And well, that is a good question that you bring up. Does Mr. Soloff signs qualify as political signs?
Right.
You're running a website, which is a business, technically speaking. Do you have the authority or the ability to put your signs all over with the same rules that a political candidate does? I don't know that answer. That's certainly, you probably shouldn't have brought it up, but it's certainly something that should be looked at. I still see your signs out there even today. I drove by one yesterday. I saw it. It's right on the corner of, right in front of Joe Canal's Liquors. There's one right out there now. So that's definitely in violation. So I guess the point is, do you qualify as a political yard sign the way that we did? Don't know. Going to have to get clarification on that. It's a great question that you brought up. So totally a great point.
Mayor Finucci had the same question.
Yep.
I'm open to whatever that conversation is.
Yes, I will check with the 5th floor on that and see what the best interpretation of that, as far as what they think that is, and we'll get back to you promptly on that. I don't want you to be in violation. Anybody else want to talk about data centers?
It's a hard no for me.
Okay.
I will talk about something else.
I will say this, though. I mean, Mr. Soloff makes a good point. What is the definition of a data center? Is anything, I talked to a developer a week ago who he doesn't do big data centers. He does smaller data centers, repurposing older buildings to put smaller sites in there, not on the megawatt, so he does, 5 megawatts, or less. And that's what he does. Is that something we want us to have a hard no to? I don't know. It's something that's why we're here and that's why we talk about it. Something that we as a commission, when this ordinance comes back to us and we get definitions on what we consider, we may look at that and go, yeah, maybe we don't want to, somebody takes a 4,000 square foot and wants to put some servers in there for whatever purpose. You don't want to outlaw things that aren't going to be an environmental hazard or not going to use water or not going to use a ton of electricity. So those are things we're all going to discuss, but those are details that we're going to have to hammer out. So just want to let you know that's in process, and hammering out those details will be important. But I think I can be confident to say nobody on this dais is looking for a 300 megawatt, data center anywhere in Millville. That's I think I'm pretty comfortable
Yes.
with everybody up here. I don't think that's something we want. And I think the ordinance will reflect that. Now, when you come down to what you're saying, we'll have to take a look at those definitions. And, we don't want to, like you say, have some kids with 4 servers in their house, eating pizza, get outlawed. So totally get it. Anything else somebody wants
I'll
to
talk
discuss?
about what Rick's proposing. Commissioner Cott, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think it's going to make our jobs a lot easier, for one, and I think it's, I think it's a great idea to go in that route, to have the BA explain stuff to us, department heads if they need to be here, that type of thing. I think that's a great way that we're going with that. I really do. I like that idea.
I agree. To have the department heads here who are responsible for
Yeah.
actually implementing what we're talking about and explaining it is a tremendous idea. So, great idea, Vice Mayor.
Thank you.
Very good idea.
One of the best ideas so far.
And that kind of,
There's that new board.
it kind of goes in line with the 1 o'clock time frame too.
Yeah.
Because they're
Yes.
here. They don't have to come in
Yeah.
after hours to do that. So I think it's good. That's all.
Anything anybody wants to bring up as far as new business or things that we've talked about already? This is our opportunity to talk about things that are coming up or happening. Don't be shy.
I'll have my list of events and an entire report. I'll try to,
On for Tuesday.
yeah, I can give verbose, so I'll try to,
Anything you want to talk about today that we'd like to cue in on?
well, I mean, we do have these applications here. I briefly mentioned the Easter sunrise service.
Okay.
I've only been to one, and it was very beautiful. I'm hoping to make it this year.
Yeah.
6:30, isn't it?
It's very early, 6:30 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
Yeah.
AM, it's not a PM.
yeah.
And I believe,
Is that at Corson?
This is gonna, the one I had gone to in the pack was Waltman, but I'll confirm that at
Okay.
the next
I
meeting.
think it's Corson, and I think 2 meetings ago, Pastor Sam led us in a prayer, and I think he's leading that
Okay,
for the Easter Sunday, so,
That's Sam Rempel
yep.
that'll be
from
wonderful.
Cumberland County Community Church.
Yes,
Don't you, are you familiar with that place?
I'm very familiar with that
All
place.
right, that's right. You like to bust on me a little bit because I don't show up there as often as I
I
should.
do see your dad there.
My dad is there all the time, so he's praying for my soul all the time.
I have some good news.
Cool, let's hear it.
So yesterday, Millville graduated 5 cadets from the Atlantic County Police Academy. They started
Awesome.
today.
It's wonderful.
The rest of that good news I will save for Tuesday for a larger report. But we have 5 new cadets that graduated yesterday, and they should take to the streets on their own by June or July for the summer. So
Oh,
we
perfect
should have.
timing.
Perfect
Yes,
timing.
perfect timing,
Perfect timing.
actually. Did I say 5?
Should be
Mhm,
7,
you
I
did.
thought.
7. I'm sorry, it's 7, not 5.
The news gets better.
I have too many numbers over here. That's why I'm not finance. But yes, 7 yesterday. I am sorry.
5 million,
Yes.
that's all it's.
7, I'm sorry. But, yes, 5 males and 1 female. I met 3 of them this morning
That would be
downstairs. 6.
So you're missing.
Just stop it. I met 3 of them this morning. They're ready to go. They were downstairs in the hallway. And I'm excited. I'm excited because they will be here just in time for the summer, for the summer problems and stuff. But, you know, hopefully that, you know, things quell.
And we have another academy coming up.
Tuesday, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, I don't want to, I hate stealing your thunder, and I don't want to do it, so I just was
But yes,
just jumping in there with you.
Tuesday, there's more information on academies and stuff like that coming Tuesday.
I know, this is sort of like the warm-up meeting. We don't like to throw everything out there. We like
Yes.
to have something to save for the big meeting.
Can I say one thing?
No.
Can I share? with
You
my
can share with us,
grandson?
yes.
I can't share unless we're here.
Please share.
That my grandson, who is a senior at CC Tech, applied to 9 colleges, has heard back for 5 of them, and he's been accepted for either law or medical.
Wow.
He's a
Wow,
pretty
very
bright kid.
nice.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
tell us that anytime.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
We also have a Millville Historical Society
Oh,
yes.
this Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Saturday, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow, 1 to
tomorrow.
4, 821 Columbia Avenue?
Yes.
That is
Did I
the
say that right,
address.
821?
821, that sounds.
The old
right.
Wheaton-
old
What time?
Woodman-
The old Wawa,
yeah,
The old
Wood,
That sound right?
Wood- the old
Wood-
Wood
yeah.
Building,
Wood, yeah,
Wood,
somebody,
Wood Mansion.
Wood, Wawa.
Wood Mansion.
Wood Mansion.
Wood,
Yeah.
And that joggles something that we had talked about the other day, Sam Cruz. We're having our 4th of July
Yes.
We should mention that every
Every-
time we
every-
get on
yes.
the. So we're gonna have a parade. There's
We
gonna
are-
be something at Lakeside. There's going to be amazing. So I'm a great cheerleader.
You are.
This is Marissa and Sam's ball game. However, as part of the wonderfulness, I have proposed that, you know how Santa Claus is the last float in the Christmas parade? The final float in this parade shall be Uncle Sam on a, you know, the song from Rocky, I Live in America? That should be playing. It's a great song. If you haven't seen it, watch Rocky IV.
Who wants to be Uncle Sam?
Not me.
I have already,
You already had
you
the
knew I was gonna do
uniform. I knew what
it.
you were
Of course I'm
But
going to do it.
we are actively,
else could
yeah,
be
we're-
Uncle Sam?
We are actively looking for participants in our parade.
That is the point I'm trying to make.
Exactly. So if you want to go before Uncle Sam in the parade, seriously, we're encouraging everyone to contact Samantha Cruz at our Parks and Recreation Department. We don't have parades before our 4th of July celebration. So this is it's a big deal for our city. It's a big deal for our country. 250 years. So we are actively seeking people that would like to take part in our 4th of July parade. So please contact Samantha Cruz at Parks and Recreation to find out how you could be part of that.
You're going to see me on social media beating that dead horse every time you see me. So we really want to make that a great celebration. Are they moving fireworks to Lakeside rather than where they normally are?
Yeah, everything's
Yes.
going to be done over
Okay,
there this year.
so normally they're done over the lake.
Usually it's Union Lake. This year it's
This year at Lakeside, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Tim
And there's-
Shannon Complex.
I heard there's going to be professional wrestling over there.
That's what we're.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some guys hitting each other over the head with chairs to celebrate our country.
We
What else
are-
could you do to celebrate this country better?
We have a lot of
than-
unique things going on this
It's
year.
going to be really
and
cool.
It's gonna be
So
exciting.
we need to start really getting the word out there to businesses and people who want to make floats for this parade. I'm pretty excited about it, especially since I'm going to be Uncle Sam at the end.
Well, Vice Mayor Cott, can we use your,
Oh, Mike, don't get me started.
Use his what?
his golf cart?
Oh, his golf cart. Yeah, we're going to have to use that again.
Marissa may not go on it this time. The
Yeah.
battery
Very
might
well
have died.
driving.
Well, dry out the seats this
Dry
time. We
very
all got
well.
up and our bottoms were.
Yeah,
So-
mine wasn't, but.
So this event is going to take place instead of National Night Out this year.
Okay.
Because we
It's a
want to.
combination, right?
It's kind of sort of the same thing, but we're having it July 4th instead of on National
Okay.
Night proper, so.
Haven't had a lot of people reach out for public participation yet, but I don't think we really haven't gone after it yet. So if you know me out there, expect you to get a call from me and want your participation in some way. And just, they should call up Sam Cruz.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and get that going. Do you want to talk a little bit about the parade route?
Still,
Still working it? Okay.
going with
But it'll be there.
OEM to
Okay,
coordinate
all
that,
right.
make sure every, I is dotted and T is crossed. I mean, it looks good, but just,
But we're looking to go the opposite way on.
no.
I don't want to say that. I like to say, don't ever give me a secret because,
No
I-
secrets, there are no secrets. here, sir.
I can't give somebody a gift and tell them I got you something and not want to tell them what it is. Anything else? Well, I'm glad we brought that up because that's going to be a big event for the city, and I'm kind of excited about that. I really
It's a
am.
big deal.
We're all going to be there, and we want to have a lot of people participate. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Anything else? Anybody, did that jog on anybody else's minds about what they want to talk about?
Nope.
All right. Well, in that case, can I get
No.
I can't get a motion to do anything, can I?
No.
Oh, we have I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
Yes, we do have a resolution authorizing a closed session. Item 1, discussion on personnel matters. Personnel exception provides that all personnel matters, which includes any matter involving employment, appointment, termination, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of performance, promotion, or discipline of any specific prospective or current public officer or employee may be discussed in closed session, as well as attorney-client privilege, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required in order for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer.
Can I get a motion?
Make a motion?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cott?
Yes.
Commissioner Casabun?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Dixon?
Yes.
One other thing. For the members of the public, we anticipate that this meeting will take a half an hour, and at the conclusion of the meeting, public action may or may not occur. If the meeting goes over 30 minutes, I will come back out and advise you and give you a new estimate as how much longer the committee will be meeting in closed session.
And with that, we will move to our closed session.
Yeah, I did your idea. Yeah, I did.
Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting, madam?
Like to make a motion? Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cott?
Yes.
Commissioner Casabun?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Dixon?
Yes, and with that, we are adjourned.